Hi everyone, my name is Gray. I'm the dietitian and health coach with MLK Health Center and Pharmacy. January is National Healthy Weight Awareness Month. This is also the time of year when people are making resolutions, so there's a lot of folks right now that are embarking on weight loss journeys. So I figured this would be a good time to talk about what is a healthy weight, because it goes far beyond the scale. Now, I'm not saying you have to throw out your bathroom scale. It can be useful, but I think in small doses. So I always discourage people from weighing themselves every single day. It's completely normal to fluctuate 3 to 5 pounds in a 24-hour period based on your hydration level, your hormones, the temperature outside. There are a lot of factors, and it's so easy to get bogged down and discouraged if you're kind of riding those little ups and downs that can occur naturally throughout the week. So I encourage people to weigh themselves one day a week, preferably around the same time. So Friday morning could always be the day that you weigh. That's going to give you a better idea of how you're trending, so you don't get kind of bogged down in the little weight fluctuations. Beyond that, anytime I talk to a patient or client that wants to lose weight, I always encourage them to identify some things beyond the scale that they can use to measure their success. So a good one is your body composition. So not just looking at your total weight, but what that breaks down to. So looking at things like your body fat and also your muscle mass, that's going to give you a better idea of how much of your weight is healthy and useful. Now, we still need body fat. I'm not saying that needs to be as low as possible, but there are some healthy ranges. A quick Google search will show you that. So trying to get to a normal body fat percentage range, maintaining muscle mass, that's a good way to adjust your weight and still keep it healthy. Something else that you want to look for is your metabolic factors. So things like your fasting glucose or blood sugar, or your cholesterol, your blood pressure. Things like that are going to give you an indication on if your body is functioning normally. Because somebody can be a normal or healthy weight and still have really high blood pressure or high blood sugar or heart disease. And in that case, it doesn't really matter what your weight is, because ultimately you're not healthy. So getting those under control is going to be helpful as well. There are some other tips that I have here. And I wrote this out because I didn't want to try to remember all these numbers. But waist circumference and your frame size are also some good things to keep in mind. So with the waist circumference, I mentioned this in another video, but if we have extra fat around our abdomen, around our waist, that's going to be more metabolically dangerous than fat that's held on our lower body, on our hips and thighs. So trying to get your waist circumference somewhere in these ranges is going to be helpful for sure. So for men, you want to try to get your waist circumference below 40 inches. For ladies, less than 35 inches is the goal. This is super easy to measure. If you have a flexible tape measure at home, you can measure just above your hip bones, right above your belly button, more or less. Just measure all the way around your abdomen, and that'll give you that measurement in a guide here. Because as I said, that weight is going to be more troublesome than maybe weight held elsewhere. Something else to keep in mind too, you may have heard somebody say, well, he's big boned. There's something to that. So your frame size, or your bone size, essentially is going to dictate how much weight you need to carry. So this is a way that you can check your frame size, is to measure your wrist circumference. So right about where you would wear a watch, if you take a flexible tape measure around that, and then compare that to these ranges and see where you fall. Because if you find that you're a large frame individual, then your healthy weight is going to be at the higher end of that range that you might be looking at. So it's important to adjust for some of these factors. Take all of this into account. Don't get bogged down on just your body weight, because there are lots of different things that matter beyond that. If you want more information about nutrition and wellness, check out our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.